Hello, this is Matthew Armstrong, and in this video I would just like to give you a little bit of insight into the difference between symptoms and causes as regards to dis-ease, and how you may be being hypnotically programmed and manipulated by the media. So I just caught this headline today. This advertisement in the Daily Express: cure for killer blood pressure, millions of lives will be saved. And I do say an advertisement rather than a news headline. You may be mistaken in thinking that is a news headline, but that is actually cleverly disguised as a news headline and is actually an advertisement. And my disclaimer straight away is I did not buy this newspaper, and I have not bought a newspaper of this sort in many years, or any sort of newspaper in quite a while actually. Just saw it today and picked it up and thought I'd bring it with me and have a look at it, just to maybe share this insight with you. So here it says, cure for killer blood pressure, millions of lives will be saved. So it says here, the secret of what causes high blood pressure has been unlocked in a dramatic breakthrough that could save millions of lives every year. This discovery means treatment could be transformed with targeted drugs. This could slash the risk of heart attacks and strokes. So so then it goes on to talk about this great breakthrough, and after 40 years of research, scientists are now able to pin down this mysterious enzyme called renin that's in the kidneys, and now they've linked heart disease and high blood pressure to the kidneys. So it says, turn to page 4, and then it says again here, blood pressure cure. So straight away, blood pressure cure, they're saying there is no cure. You can maybe manage it, but there is no cure for it. But here is the advert, because anyone that's interested in that advert on the front, that disguised as a headline, is going to be interested in that sort of thing. And then here's the advert, and it says £2 a day pill cuts stroke risk, and that is on the same part as the advert headline. And then it says a daily super pill which slashes the risk of stroke by more than a third has been approved by use on the NHS. This drug, which costs £2.52 a day, is set to help more than 1 million Britons, and it has been hailed as the biggest breakthrough in stroke prevention in 50 years. In trials, Pradaxa or such and such significantly reduced the risk in patients with irregular heartbeat, atrial fibrillation, one of the main causes of stroke. It's saying that irregular heartbeat and atrial fibrillation is a cause of stroke. Well, no, it's not a cause of stroke. That is a symptom. That is a symptom which then can bring on stroke, but it's not a cause of stroke. What causes stroke is many lifestyle factors. It's lifestyle, basically. It's to give it like an umbrella. It's lifestyle, and there's different factors within that umbrella, underneath that umbrella, which makes it up. So a simple change in lifestyle, this is what slashes the risk of stroke, and also blood pressure straight away. So you can see that is a plain advert there. And why would the newspaper advertise this? Well, the newspapers, pretty much most of newspapers, the big ones anyway, all the big ones, they have stocks in pharmaceuticals. They have shares in pharmaceuticals, and so whenever they advertise this, their shares go up. So that's how they make most of their money, is from the pharmaceutical industry, putting these every couple of days, really, at least once a week. You'll see a big advert for a pharmaceutical in a paper like this, in this paper particularly. Probably once a week you'll see a huge advert on the front for a pharmaceutical saying new breakthrough drug. It's not, it's just trying to manipulate you into going, oh wow, reading it, and then falling into this paradigm, being stuck in this paradigm where you think that only a drug can help, and that the cause of dis-ease is as it says here, blood pressure, it says there's something wrong with your kidneys. It says here, let's see, kidneys are the culprit. Your kidneys are the culprit to high blood pressure. That's just ridiculous. They're not the culprit. Of course, we are a holistic system, so there's going to be a contribution from the kidneys, but they're not the culprit. The culprit is lifestyle factors like being stressed. Stress really affects the kidneys. Stress raises the blood pressure. And what is stress? Well, stress is fear. Fear, what is fear? Well, fear is a lack of love. If you want to go right back to the causes, the cause of everything is really a lack of love. The cause of all problems in the world is a lack of love. And that is the real cause. But then if we want to get more tangible things in the world here, is we can look at all our lifestyle factors. Like, are we eating enough raw fruit and veg? Are we eating organic food? Are we going for nice walks in the countryside? What are our thoughts? What are we thinking about? What are we focusing on? Are we meditating? Are we breathing properly? All these factors come into effect. And it's saying here, scientists have been working on this for 40 years, how to beat this killer blood pressure. It's simple. It's simple. Go back to nature. Go back to nature and breathe deeply. Go and watch the sunrise early in the morning and meditate and focus on nice things. These are the things. Eat good foods. Chew your food properly. Sit in a nice meditative state when you eat. Don't eat when you're stressed. Things like this. Drink plenty of pure fresh water. Eat plenty of wholesome fruit and veg and things like that. That's the sort of stuff that's going to help. And get plenty of rest. Do exercise. It's really, really simple. You don't need 40 years of research to bring down someone's blood pressure. It's very, very simple. 7-day water fast is probably the quickest and best thing that anyone can do to bring down the blood pressure. And what I recommend is contact a fasting center and go and do that. Going back to the front page headline, it's just crazy. If you really see it, if you really take the glasses off and see what it says, cure for killer blood pressure. When did blood pressure become a killer? Blood pressure is blood pressure. It's just blood pressure. You can have high blood pressure, you can have low blood pressure, you can have blood pressure somewhere in the middle, but blood pressure is just blood pressure. Blood pressure is not a killer. Sure, your blood pressure goes up a certain height, the same as saying, your temperature goes up a certain height. If suddenly the room goes to 105 degrees Fahrenheit, then yeah, it's going to start getting pretty hot and it's going to start getting pretty uncomfortable. But, it's not a killer. You bring it down then. And there's so many different ways to bring it down. So such a headline, cure for killer blood pressure, just doesn't make sense. And once you take off the blinkers and you realize that this is an advert. This is an advert because they want to make money. They put this in here because they want to make money and they want to manipulate and hypnotize you. So that just having this understanding now, having this education, this knowledge, then you can see these things and realize them and realize the difference between a symptom and a cause. Completely different. So saying things like the kidneys are the culprit, or saying that the cause of stroke is irregular heartbeat. No, these are just more symptoms. These are just more symptoms, and having too much of it talks about this enzyme that they've just, after 40 years of research, they found this enzyme that if it's too high in the kidneys, that is the cause. No, that is another symptom. You got to go back and say, okay, well, what is the cause of that? Whenever you see something like that, you got to say, okay, so the high enzyme renin in the kidneys is contributing to the high blood pressure. Okay, what is the cause of the high renin in the kidneys? What caused that? Well, what caused that was, and you could go through different factors. Maybe it was, too much weight on, obesity. You can look at stress in the life, exhausted adrenals from high stress, not enough rest. And you go back and back and back, and you see it, and all these lifestyle factors, things that you can change in an instant, by the way, things that tomorrow morning you can wake up and you can decide to change it all, and your blood pressure is completely manageable. Completely manageable. It says, because it says here a cure. You know, you can never find a cure. They're never going to find a cure for high blood pressure, because you know, how can you or blood pressure. You know, it doesn't even say high blood pressure, it says blood pressure. How can you find a cure for blood pressure? Everybody's got blood pressure. You know, there can't be a cure, but of course we can all manage our blood pressure. There doesn't need to be a cure. So it's just taking these blinkers off and just stepping out of this old unworkable paradigm that is very manipulative and very disempowering. Setting that aside and taking responsibility for your health, your well-being, and not handing it over to the doctors or the pills or what the mainstream media says that you should do. That's basically it. You know, I could talk about this all evening, but really it is that. It's taking a step back and looking at it for what it is, and not being hypnotized by it, and not being disempowered by it, and realize that you have the power to have your blood pressure low, high, wherever you want it, through simple practices you can do daily, such as meditation, such as drinking water, pure good water, such as breathing exercises, such as thinking good thoughts, focusing on good things, and eating a good plant-based diet with lots of raw, high water-based foods, and just living a good lifestyle and being kind, being good to people. It's very, very simple. Okay, hope you got a lot out of that. And make sure you subscribe, leave your comments, and let us know what you think. My name is Matthew Armstrong. Take care.